It always amazes me that people believe that they can shove somebody in a corner and keep kicking them and kicking them and kicking them, and that person is not going to fight back eventually. It really blows my mind how I can see these people hit each other and then watch that person only defend himself and then still think you're going to pound on him and then never for 1 second fear of being knocked out, thrown out into a corner, beaten the shit out of, even though you're throwing your top punches at this guy. He's blocking them all and just taking them all and telling you to relax. But yet you're continuing to pound on him. And then when you finally get suplexed, as we just seen in the last video I posted, everybody's in shock and awe. Even the females. The woman, the videotaped it all. I got it on video. I got it on video. Oh my God. Western women have become completely emotional wuss bags. And you can clearly see how they're using emotion on men right away to make all men act like white knights right away. Manginas. It's amazing. It's like, oh, if I cry, I'll get rescued. They play the role of damsel in distress, and yet they don't want to be labeled as a woman who plays damsel in distress. But that's exactly what we are seeing here, damsel in distress behavior. Oh, come save me, Captain Saberho. Please, come rescue me, Mangina. I need you. Obi-Wan, help. Right? You're my only hope. Check the video out, man. This girl literally starts crying right away, and I got it on video. Ah, he's suplex her. Ah. And I'm laughing my fucking ass off, thinking, haha. This is the proper attitude men need to be having towards these females. You see, females declared war on men, and it's about time that men start standing up for themselves and really get rid of all double standards, knock all females off of every pedestal, put them in their place, sort this out, put an end to the war between men and women. For too long, men have bowed down. I mean, what kind of deal was this? In the 70s, men made a deal with women. Okay, we oppressed you. Okay, we'll allow you to do what you want. Okay, you can have voting rights. Okay, we'll bow down to you. Okay, we'll submit to you. Okay, we will reduce our speed at work and we will reduce our whole masculinity down to 75% so you all can keep up with us. We will just slow down for you. We'll let you go ahead. We'll let you cut in front. We'll let you pull sexual harassment laws on us. Just don't leave us. No wonder the women walked all over us. What kind of man would ever do that? You've allowed females to come into your workforce now and not only get you fired, but make lawsuits against you. Does that sound like somebody that actually wants to contribute in the workforce or who is just nihilistic? You all have to bow down to the almighty pussy, right? I don't bow down to anyone, only Christ. And I certainly don't play the game. And I am all for this man suplexing this bitch that you just seen in the last video. And the reason why is because men need to start realizing that women don't own them. Not only that, women need to realize that men can beat the shit out of them if they push them too far. That is a lesson that all American women need to learn. That men can beat the crap out of you if you push us too far. And just because we take your punches here and there and allow you to call us a bitch once in a while does not mean that we are one or we will take your shit. Every man that ever holds back on a female holds back because he's a good guy. If a man eventually strikes out, I don't blame him. Sorry. Females deliberately want to go out there and push man's buttons and see how far she can push man into a corner, see how much she can own him. And then when he finally snaps and realizes, hey, wait a minute, I'm a lion, you're a gazelle, back off, bitch. She's still pushing his buttons. Women don't even see the change in men. Men sometimes allow themselves to get pushed around, but there comes that point where he snaps and he's like, okay, deep down, because every man, here's the difference between men and women. Women don't have the inside warrior. They don't have the inner warrior. Men have lived for centuries being warriors. It's inside of our genetics. It's inside of our DNA. It's inside of our bloodstream. And if you activate that by activating us by pushing us too far, hitting us, or putting us into a corner where we have no choice other than to take the opponent out, you're looking for trouble. I don't understand these women being able to hit a guy and not realize that he is a warrior on the inside. And you can maybe hit him once or twice and he'll laugh at you going, is that all you got? But if you keep hitting him, man, he's going to punch your lights out. Sometimes without any restraint. Depends on how far you push him. Do you all realize that, ladies out there? You don't own men. Everything that man has done for you, he has done the kindness and graciousness towards you females. And you have been spitting in their faces in return. For a very long time now, you have been mistreating men, and men are starting to not tolerate it anymore because you continuously push them into another corner. You cannot push somebody into oppression without them striking back at you. Try to understand that. If you put pressure on one gender, that gender will rise up against you. Look at the American government right now. They're trying to also oppress you, and people are rising up. If you oppress somebody, they will eventually rise up. First, they'll take it a little while, but then when you push them too far, they will rise up. There is that switch in people inside their heads. It usually comes with survival mode. So if you're about ready to kill them, it snaps over and they switch over to a more primal warrior type kind of creature that's going to fight for his own very existence. Don't push men to that point. What is wrong with you? And sure, this man might go to jail, but you might have a broken neck for the rest of your life. You are dealing with a creature that is like 50 times stronger than you, who doesn't have to tolerate what you're doing to him. You do not own him. If you give him attitude, all bets are off. No holds barred. Don't get in the guy's face. Don't disrespect him. He is a creature that is 50 times stronger than you. What are you even thinking by doing that? Would you go up into the savannah and stand in front of a lion and go, right, like you do to this guy, yelling in a lion's face? Would you do that and think at the same time you own this lion? Are you truly that stupid of a retarded creature? Because if you are, please go kill yourself now and remove your genetics from the gene pool. Don't go out and procreate and have 12 children, please. Just go kill yourself now. If you actually believe that you could stand in front of a lion in the middle of Africa and sit there running your motor mouth, thinking that you're going to control this lion with your abusive tongue, he has another thing coming to you. Realize what you are doing, you psychopathic freaks. I've told everybody before, narcissists have no boundaries. This is a clear case of no boundaries. Not learning, I better shut my mouth or this man's going to shut it for me. What is the matter with you American women today? You really believe that you own men. Men have been tolerating your shit out of respect to your gender. We have been doing it out of respect. Push us too far, and we will just remove the respect issue, and then we can go head-to-head, toe-to-toe if you like. It's your call. And don't see a man's kindness as weakness, you fools. That's what you've been doing. All you American women been seeing a man's kindness for weakness. You have no idea how strong a man is. Even after you fucked this man 100 times over, and you've been living him with for 10 years, and you've seen him scratch his ass, and you've seen him at his weakest, and you've seen him at his strongest, that still doesn't mean that you know exactly how strong he is. Don't ever underestimate a man. Ever. Under any conditions whatsoever. Don't badmouth them. Don't stand there trying to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with them, because you're not going to win it. And realize when he tolerates you doing that to him, it's because he cares about you. You don't see shit in this world, ladies. You don't get it. You don't have a clue. You step into relationships thinking that you're going to be a single party inside of it, where you're some kind of ruler, controller, queen bee. Men don't tolerate that. Men don't have to tolerate anything from you. We never have. We never will. Just give it up. You don't own us. If you want true equality, then you're going to have to let go of your controlling, nasty, negative attitude, bitch-like behaviors. And I'm sure just by looking later on at the commentary on this video and the thumbs up, that a lot of men out there agree with what I just had to say. Females don't own us. Never have, never will. We men have given you respect because that's what you asked for. You didn't see our respect. The fact that you're now working and having your own lives and thinking that you're able to do it on your own while you're secretly sucking off the income of a man is men showing you respect. But we're not tolerating it anymore. This is the death of the double standards. And I'm so grateful that it's finally come, because I've been begging mankind for the last 5 years to get rid of double standards. It is time to get rid of all double standards, because when you put a woman on top of a pedestal by sitting there, she doesn't understand that you are letting her slip ahead. You think as a guy, that you're doing a great thing by letting her cut in front of you. But you know what? She doesn't even realize that you're letting her cut in front of you. She just automatically thinks because she has a vagina, it's her right to do so. There's no respect there. There's never been any common courtesy there. That's how feminism blew itself up. And then it got scared, it got worried because it seen itself falling apart, so it started making very strong, bold moves towards men, such as manspreading, to put the fear into men and give women back this extra boost of power. But it's not working. It's no longer working. Don't you get it? Men have become rebellious. You think your rebellion means something? You think you're so clever with your rebellion? Don't you understand that every man has a Rambo inside of him? Every man has been alive for, every man has a generation before him with a generation before him. It's all in his blood. He knows how to fight and take care of himself if he has to. He's only cooling it down because society tells him to. You've never really actually seen a man in full glory, like just his righteous power when he wants to go out there and take care of business if he has to. You think you know men, but you really don't know them, and yet you think you own them. It's amazing how these females actually operate. American women actually believe that they own every man in America. That a strange woman can come up to a man's face and just scream in his face, yell at him, and try to hit him and push him, that he's not going to do anything back. That's truly the epitome and the pinnacle of insanity. Think about it. A random woman comes up to your face, starts yelling in your face, hits you, pushes you, and thinks that she has the right to do that. And you, as a guy, if your first instincts are, oh shit, I better put my arms behind my back before somebody thinks I'm gonna punch her. Oh, I better put my hands up in the air. That way it looks like I'm not gonna hit her. It's like you instantly go into disarming mode and you take a few punches. No, man. No. Do like this guy did. This suplex the bitch. Done with this crap. No more double standards. Kill off all double standards. Women stand upon pedestals nowadays, looking a man straight in the eye, thinking that she's his equal now because she's just as tall as him, standing looking him eye to eye. But yet a man can just kick that fucking pedestal out from underneath her at any given time and make her drop straight on her face. But we don't do that because we're too nice of a guy. Once again, something that doesn't get noticed. Females are thinking today that men are weak. Imagine that. Men are weak. Really. I think anybody that makes it through life, even to the age of 18, 19, 20 years old nowadays, is pretty damn strong to have made it that far. Make it to your 30 years, you're even stronger. Make it to your 40s, you're very strong. Make it to your 50s, you're terrific, man. Don't you sit there and analyze what weakness is to me, you fucking ignorant dumbass. You can't tell a man's strength. You can't put a man in a certain situation to find out what his true strengths are. And you sure as shit can't sit there and analyze a man. Oh, he's a nerd, so therefore he might not be so strong. This nonsense that you make up in your little bubble that you live in. Bubble granted to you by man. What do I mean by that? Well, that you don't have to go off and fight off bears anymore. And if you don't have to go off walking through swamps anymore. And if you don't have to sit there and tolerate the burning hot sun because you have air conditioning inside of buildings nowadays. That you can actually go inside of buildings nowadays to get out of the heat and no longer have to be worried about rattlesnakes and spiders coming up on you and scorpions and up on you. Well, you can thank mankind for that and men for that. Maybe you should start thinking about what man has done for you ladies out there. Because calling us murderers, rapists, and pigs, it gets very old very fast. And we really don't appreciate it. And we think you are very childish for it. And we are really considering pulling out all double standards. And that would be a day that you would really regret that day. I guarantee it. Females today have no idea how many double standards there are. Most men know them pretty well. Just by living their normal daily lives, they come across all the double standards of females. I mean, there's not even many videos out there today about double standards because most men already know them all just by living their normal daily life. But we can revoke them. I mean, don't you think that we've opted out of marriage, that we can do a lot more? We can also opt out of giving you respect, treating you as our equals, caring about what you have to say. Imagine you walking up to a guy and he doesn't give a crap about what you have to say. He's just like, whatever, lady, get out of my way. No attention for you. We can do that too. There's a lot of games that we could play like you're playing right now. So we ask you to disarm. If you don't want to disarm, we could take it to the next level if we have to. You're not going to win this. You never stood a chance. Don't you understand that when you brought out your feminism in the beginning, man allowed it? Man actually gave you permission to have feminism. And we even agreed on certain issues with you. We have never been terroristic or terrorists. We've always been compassionate and we've listened to what you have to say. We even allowed your crazy, psychopathic, deluded little girl from Harry Potter to stand in front of the United Nations and spew her venom at the world. Men have never stopped you. You have stopped yourselves. Nobody ever oppressed you. Nobody ever put a gun to your head and said, get married now. You chose to get married. You chose that life. You just want to pass off responsibility for all your own choices and your past people in your past and all the women that you knew in the past, their choices as well. You see, you're not even responsible for your own deeds. Yet you want to act like you're adult. You think that you can go off and accuse men of rape and murder and child molestation and abuse and just get away with it when you know you're just lying. You have no respect. You have no boundaries. You have no empathy. That is a clear indication of you being a psychopath. Sorry to break it to you. It is not men are from Venus, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. No, no, no. It's men are from Earth and women are from the asylum. You're not smarter than us. You're not stronger than us. You're not more capable than us. Just give it up. You can't win this. You can't win this battle against men. You can't do it because all your options towards men, everything that you do is based on men allowing it. It's like you want us to get married to you, then you want to change the laws in marriage, but you want us men to stay in marriage as well. It's like you want your cake and eating it too. You can't abuse us. We walk away. You can't treat us like shit. We opt out. That's why you're always going to be dependent on men. and our compliance. Females, what a joke. Sorry, you all think you own us, and it's just amazing that you actually think this, while us men are like, you're just crazy. That's how we look at you, like you're just crazy that you actually think that you own us. And you ruin your own relationships with that. Because no man wants to be owned by a female. And when you think that you're owning us, that's disrespecting us, and we leave the relationship. We opt out. Don't try to control us. You can't control us. It's like trying to control a lion on the savannah. It's like you walking up to a lion and say, "Hey, lion, go get me my dinner. Hey, lion, pay these bills." You can't do that to us. You don't have no right to mistreat us, even. Where do you even get the right to think that you have the right to mistreat us? Would you like to be abused? Would you stay in a relationship where you were being abused? No, you wouldn't. Unless you were crazy. But yet you think you have the right to abuse us men. Entitled much? I'm witnessing a dream come true. I witnessed feminism coming in and rising up, and I knew what it was going to do, and now it's here. But now I'm witnessing the rebellion in men returning the favor, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the things that men are doing right now just to get even, and it's really great. It, these pedestals on females, they actually, how do I call this? The way that the females are living today, they're actually stunted. They're actually mentally stunted. But when you kick them off the pedestal, they'll mentally mature. It's like the pedestal is actually stunting their own growth. They're in arrested development while they're on the pedestal. And only when you kick them off the pedestal and they have to become a little bit humble will they finally start mentally developing again. It's like a curse on females. Feminists have cursed them. And yet they think that they're free and independent. No, they're really stunted. And only when you remove that pedestal and they finally become humble and realize they might have to do stuff on their own in their life, this is when they finally become humble and they finally realize and appreciate what they have and start respecting other people and start caring. Humility is great for females. Embarrassment is great for females. Unless they can't handle it, but that's their own problem. But knocking them out of that ego trip where they're so beautiful and they're so perfect, and every guy would be lucky to have them, and they're a princess living in a castle dressed in some kind of pink ass dress as if they are the belle of the ball, the shit, and everybody should just be grateful she's in the room, gracing them with her presence. Give me a fucking break. That's treating a woman like you're treating God. That's how you're supposed to treat God. You don't treat a woman that way. You treat them as another guy, man. Just treat them normally, like hi and bye and whatever. Ugh. And take the damn makeup away from them too. They look like Barbie dolls, man. They're completely seducing men around the world by showing off all their curves and all their accents and acting like they're so beautiful while they're wearing a fucking mask on their face. Ridiculous. Or maybe men should start calling it rape when women wear butt implants and enhance their beauty and form to seduce a man into the bed. Maybe we should consider that rape, because if you think about it that way, wearing all this makeup to seduce a man in a bed, well, that's predatory behavior right there. Maybe men should start calling that rape. Yeah, she lured me into the bed with her extra fine beauty. She had a lot of makeup on. She enhanced her boob. She enhanced her butt. She had butt implants inside of her pants, and it was all fake. And I realized the next morning it was all fake, so she raped me. Maybe we should start pulling that shit too. Yes, Your Honor, I feel like I was raped because her hair wasn't real. World of fakery. Everybody's fake. Everybody's phony. Everybody loves to pretend. It's a big world of narcissism. All of these masks on your face, pretending to be somebody you're not. No humility. No be able to empathize with other people out there. Kick the homeless in the face when you walk past them. Tell them to get a job. Spit in their faces. No humility whatsoever. This is the world that we live in today. The world of the narcissist. Is that what we want? How about a little humility? 9/11 happens, and New York faces its humility, and everybody gathered up together as a community. Nowadays, neighbors don't barely talk to neighbors anymore. People in the store just go quietly through there. Nobody's talking anymore. You don't see women on the corner anymore trading recipes or having ideas or just talking to each other in the store anymore. It's everybody's just out there for their own, doing their own thing, afraid of being sued, afraid of getting involved with other people's lives, afraid of making new friends. It's ridiculous. And what for? Remove the double standards in life, and things will be a lot better. And you'll finally get the women back that you want them to, the way that you want them to be, where they finally learn their place again. They're only rising above us right now because we are holding them up. Stop holding them up.